let's take a look at some specific things we can do to improve our site's search engine optimization. So we've seen that so far, we've done a pretty good job of using keywords effectively in our product names and descriptions. Looking at the chocolate almond cup, for instance, we have the word chocolate in the name of the product. We also have it in the description. We have the name desserts in our store title. So we're covering some of the more basic bases here. But it's important to think, what other types of searches are people going to be doing that our product might be relevant for? So they might be searching for chocolate, of course, or for desserts, but what else? Well, maybe Valentine's Day would be one. So if someone's looking for Valentine's Day chocolates or Valentine's gifts, for instance, if we add the word Valentine's Day somewhere to our store in a relevant way, that can help our store show up for those results. One good place to do this might be on our categories page. So if we go to categories and click desserts here, then maybe if we think, well, this is something that would be relevant for Valentine's Day, we'd add that to our category description for desserts. We could say, these also make great gifts for Valentine's Day and other special occasions. As always, make sure to save. And we could do something similar for our candy category. Maybe not Valentine's Day, but what other types of occasions might candy be great for? Well, we can say, these are perfect for birthday parties and gift bags. We'll save that as well. So now we've taken some small but important steps to improving the breadth of our search engine optimization. In other words, we have the chance now not to show up only for chocolate or dessert or candy, but also for birthday parties, Valentine's Day, things like that. Going back to our store name, which we configure at settings and under store profile, the general option, which is what we go to automatically. We're not going to change our store name, but let's just talk about it for a second. Right now we're Magic City Desserts. This is a name that isn't so basic that people are going to forget it, but it's also not so creative that it's not going to help us in our search engine optimization at all. So if we chose something, for instance, like Magic City Sugar Shack, that may be a little bit more creative, but it's not going to be great for search engine optimization because, well, the term sugar is related to desserts. Most of the time when people are trying to find desserts online, they're going to be searching for the word dessert or chocolate. They're not going to type in sugar to find dessert products. So that wouldn't work as well. The word we have here, Magic City Desserts, includes the keyword that we want to show up for, and it also has a little bit of fun. So the bottom line here is, don't be afraid to be creative when you're coming up with your store name. It's important to have a store name that stands out, but don't lose yourself in it either. Aside from not being great for SEO, it's also not great for customers or potential customers if they see a title of a store and they have no idea what it means. They might not check your store out. Now, another aspect of any web page or any online store that helps search engines know what your site is about is what's called meta information. Let's go back to our catalog, products. We'll go to the chocolate almond cup again. And you'll see we have a tab up here specifically for SEO. Let's click on that and take a look. This box that we see here at top, as it says in the corner here, is what the product looks like in a Google search result. So we have the title of the product up here, a link of course, and our basic description. We can edit any of these things if we want. Here's the page title. We can change this, although right now we don't have any reason to. And here's the meta description, which essentially takes our product description. So if we wanted to make any changes here, if we want this text, in other words, to be different from what we have in our description on the store, we can simply edit that here. For instance, maybe we just want to take out the word lightly so that it's a little bit shorter and people can read the whole thing quicker and get a very fast idea of what it is. We can do that. Click save. And now this is what it's going to look like in search engines. So know that whatever the title of your product is and the description is, if you ever need to, you can change the way that that shows up in search results. Now, very briefly, I'm going to talk about something that's a little bit outside the scope of our store itself and is more related to the website that your store is on. We'll cover shortly in this tutorial the process of putting your store on an external website if you want to, such as if you have a WordPress site that you want to embed your store in. But when it comes to search engine optimization, it's important that you do have a good site for your store, again, if you're embedding it in an external site of your own. Your website is a great place to tell customers more about your store. Whether it's on your homepage or an about page, this is a chance for you to explain to your customers what you do, and especially to explain what's special about the products you sell. What makes our desserts better than other stores' desserts? Or what makes them simply different from other stores' desserts? Why should people shop at our store rather than another store? If we include this type of information, this will help people understand our store better, it can improve sales, and it can boost our SEO. And finally, one key component of search engine optimization is the idea of building trust for your website. And the way you do this is by getting links from other websites to our own site. This is one of the biggest parts of SEO. The more sites that search engines such as Google see linking back to your site, the more it convinces those search engines that your site is a good site. Particularly if it sees other sites that have very good reputations linking to your site, then that tells them even more that your site is probably a good one. So that's going to increase the likelihood that's going to place your site higher up in search results. So these are some of just the basic steps that, if we apply them, then over time, we might not get to the number one spot of search engine results, but you'll probably notice at least a notable increase in your search engine ranking.